Cracking into your subconscious mind is like cracking into a vault with gold and other precious metals. It's not an easy thing to do, but when you do, you're going to be rewarded for the rest of your life. Hi, I'm Pedro Hernandez and welcome to the MindFlex Minute. If this is your first time watching, welcome. Now, make sure to check out our other videos in this series, as well as videos that cover workouts, recipes, and more. Now, the goal for the MindFlex Minute is to help you increase your awareness and your mindset conditioning in order for you to achieve any goal that you may have in mind. So here's a quick catch-up of what we've covered so far in the last videos. So we have the stick person, who was developed by Dr. Thurman Fleet in 1934, which is divided into three parts: your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your body. Your conscious mind can accept or reject any information that it receives from our five senses. This is where our free will lives. Then we have the subconscious mind, or the superconscious mind, as Earl Nightingale used to call it. This resides below the conscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind can only accept information given to it. This is where our feelings reside, and the subconscious mind is like the vault that holds all the secrets of how we operate, why we operate the way we do, and the secret to how we can create the long-lasting change that we want. Now, for a moment, I want you to go back to the earliest memory you have about yourself. When you were a kid, maybe you were playing, maybe you were doing whatever activity you were doing that you liked to do when you were a kid. Can you see yourself? Can you see yourself doing those things? Now, think about the fact that from the very first day that you were born and all through our childhood, we're pretty much just absorbing all the information, all the ideas, all the beliefs that we would get from the adults in our lives and from our environment, down to the things that we like, to the things that we didn't like, to our religion and other biases and judgments that we grew up with. And that's because our subconscious mind can only accept. Now, an example would also be that if we take an American-born baby and we take this baby to China and bring up the baby in traditional Chinese culture, that baby will speak Mandarin, it will prefer things that are in that culture, and essentially that baby will be Chinese even though the baby was American-born. That tells you that we are just sponges that absorb information, and we just absorb the information that is in our environment and the information that we get from the people around us. So what does this have to do with long-lasting change? Like, what does this all information mean in terms of that? Well, let's just think that as we were kids, we were fed those ideologies and ideas. Now you have a conscious mind that is able to select and choose and have that free will to want other things, new things. But now we're introducing a new idea into an old pattern. And guess what happens when you introduce something new into something old? They don't match. This is where it is referenced in the Bible that you cannot put new wine in old wineskin because the old wineskin will rupture. Now, this is the same idea when it comes to the changes that we want to see. These are new ideas. These are things that are different, but they may be contrary to what we were brought up to believe. If we want to see changes in our financial status, but yet we were brought up to believe that money is evil, then when we start making money, a lot of times there's going to be that halt, that stop, that prevents us from going forward and achieving those new desires and that new idea that we want. So we have to replace those old paradigms, that old programming for new paradigms and new programming. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's not impossible. So now with the information that you have regarding the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, can you think of any one belief that may be preventing you or stopping you from achieving or creating the long-lasting change that you want? A good way to get honest answers from yourself is to pretend that someone else is asking you the question, why? If it's losing weight, for example, you can say, "So John, why do you think it's so hard for you to lose the weight?" And then once you answer that one question, you have to repeat that process about 5 times. You want to ask yourself 5 different whys to get the true answer of why you might be struggling to lose the weight, or always start but then stop. So the 5 whys, and that may give you more clarity as to even one belief that you may have involuntarily accepted when you were a child. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And next video will be on the body, the creator of the results that we see.